Studio 7.
Welcome to Plus One, the podcast where your hosts dig deep, but not just into medicine.
Each week, we sit down with a fascinating physician, peeling back the layers of their career, their passions, and the stories that they don't put in their charts.
But wait, there's a twist. They don't come alone. Every guest brings a surprise plus one. Someone who shaped their journey, challenged their thinking, or just makes their life more interesting.
Is it a mentor? A patient? Their hairdresser who knows where the secrets are hidden? We never know until they walk in.
I'm Dr. Paul Glisson.
And I'm Dr. Jessica Kirk.
And this is Plus One. Yeah, hey everyone, I'm Dr. Paul Glisson. So I'm the Chief Medical Officer at Thomas Hospital and in Fairhope, Alabama, part of the infirmary health system where we all work. And I work at the best hospital in the system, of course.
And I'm Jessie Kirk. I'm Medical Director for Pediatrics for Infirmary Health. I'm one of the pediatric hospitalists, and that means I only know where the fourth floor is and nowhere else. I got lost looking for PACU the other day. That's a true story.
Yeah.
I'm Vice Chair for Medicine Steering, and I'm Member at Large for MedExec this year. And that's my work persona. I'm sure that we'll get some glimpses into my personal persona later this series, but we'll save that for now. Paul and I actually do another podcast together. So tell people the concept of this podcast, Paul.
Yeah, so the idea of Plus One, and I think you could use this across any social setting, is that you would bring someone that's interesting that would spark the conversation for us. And there's always something interesting to peel out between the relationship about why this is your wingman. Why did you bring your Plus One? Is it, a mentor? Is it someone who inspires you, somebody you feel comfortable with? And finding out why that is tells us a lot about who our guests are.
I agree with all of that.
So our first guest, when they get here, we decided to go down and meet some of our medical staff leaders. So we have some great guests lined up for you guys. We're going to start with the president of the medical staff and then the past president of the medical staff. And then we're going to talk to some other physician leaders at Thomas Hospital and in the infirmary system. And I think you guys are going to really enjoy getting to know them better. And hopefully when you have a consult with them or you have to call them on the phone, you can say, hey, I heard you on the podcast. I think everyone has a story to tell. And sometimes you just got to peel it back the layers of the onion a couple times and you get to a great story.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a classic oversharer, so I feel like everyone at work hears my stories all the time, but I feel like most other people aren't like that, and I'd like to get to know them on a more personal level and know what they're like outside of work.
Yeah.
And I'm really interested to see who they brought with them and why.
Yeah, me too. And that's something that I think our listeners are going to enjoy because we don't know, Jessie and I don't know who the Plus One is tonight or any night. We make it a big point. It has to be a secret. So you have maybe a minute or two to kind of assess your initial impressions, but then we roll right into it. We have no idea who they're bringing.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Yeah. Are you nervous about that?
No, I'm not. I think it's going to be fun for us. We'll see how it is for them.
Yeah.
Whole new world for us.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready to get to it.
Let's roll.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Adam Watterson. Welcome, Adam.
Thanks for having me, Paul.
Yeah. Go ahead and introduce your Plus One. That's what we're all dying to find out about.
Oh, I bet you.
We're glad you came, but anyway, back to your Plus One.
Yeah, Adam, who did you bring today?
This is my college roommate, David Milton Pace.
Bold choice.
He is from Amory, Mississippi, not to be confused with Aberdeen. They have an inferior football program. Everybody's aware of that. If y'all weren't, everybody should be aware of that.
I was not. Were you, Jessie?
Yeah, I'm right on that.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. Welcome, David. Welcome to Plus One.
Great to be here.
You are the inaugural Plus One. That's a big honor, I think.
Really?
Definitely.
Yeah. So how long have you guys known each other?
About 23 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So a third of your life.
Yeah.
Mathologist.
Right, we're over here trying to do that mathology thing.
A third. Just pick a random fraction. It's like 1/8 of your life.
This is your life.
It's tragic.
Yeah.
Paul, let's say how we know Adam, and then we'll find out more about all the secrets this guest is going to tell us.
Yeah. Well, Adam's currently in the 2025 year serving as the medical staff president, which is remarkable. I mean, considering his background. I guess a lot of it gets been expunged.
Agreed.
And he's made it. So, no, but he's been voted by his peers to serve in a medical staff leadership, and he's doing a great job so far. So, he also works in the emergency department, and I think probably interacts with most physicians on staff in a positive way. So, I'm excited to have him as our first guest here.
Excellent.
I mean, David, would you ever think that Adam could ever do this? I mean, let's be honest. Can we talk here?
We can get real if you want to. But no, like he always studied. Like, I'm the outlier to be his friend.
Yeah.
This guy was studied, worked his tail off, did very well.
So,
Adam, tell us why you brought David with you today.
Because after the third text I ignored from Paul, I was eating crawfish with him today, and I was like, look, I don't think Paul's going to stop.
yeah, so y'all knew each other as undergrads. In
We
college.
were pledge brothers, and known each other for 23 years.
At which school? Where?
Birmingham Southern.
Birmingham Southern.
R.I.P.
Okay.
Out of business.
R.I.P.
Yeah, what happened with that?
Oh, how long you
They
got?
found out they were alumni.
Pick up a chair and come on over.
How much time you got, mister?
I could point out 50 fatal flaws that they committed.
Yeah.
Sad.
I gotcha.
It was a good time, though.
All right, so you left Birmingham Southern. You guys split up, or still kept in touch?
Kept in touch.
Yeah, he was a staff accountant in Birmingham.
Uh-huh.
All right, and then I came down here to Mobile.
You went to South?
Yeah, and then I did a couple rotations up there with our away stuff that we had, and I stayed and I lived with them.
Reunited.
Okay, this is a great time, Adam, for you to tell people what we've bonded over. She's an 80s diva. She sings From a Distance. Tell them who we love to listen to in the car.
I have
Come
no
on,
idea
Adam,
who she's
tell 'em.
talking about.
Oh, no.
Just no clue.
Bette Midler.
Really?
Yes, Adam and I have bonded
wrong with
over
that.
Bette Midler and 90s
I mean,
R&B.
Have you seen the First
True
Wives
story.
Club?
I go home at 2
Phenomenal
a.m.
movie.
sometimes.
Goldie Hawn got robbed of an Oscar.
Preach.
Because of what?
First Wives Club. Have you not seen it?
Oh.
It's a masterpiece.
There's a movie called The First Wives Club,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I missed it.
Let me tell you what it's about.
you did, like by a long shot. It's been out a while.
It's basically
Like a
like
whole
Hemingway
minute.
on screen. It's complicated.
Yeah. Okay.
You
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
But I would say the genres of music that I listen to is vast, right? And Bette's in there. She's in there.
That's a special song that Adam and I share, but we also have a habit of taking a picture of our car screen, whatever the music is playing on our car screen, and sending it to each other if it's a banger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
While stopped at a stoplight, of course.
Of course.
Obeying all traffic laws.
Yes. Obeying all traffic laws. We like to send each other pictures of our excellent music choices.
Oh, okay. Like
Yep.
what's been some examples?
Oh, I sent him one last week about PM Dawn.
Oh, man, those are some deep fellows.
Yeah. Deep fellas.
I don't think I had experienced PM Dawn until that point.
And then
I
we
thought I
talked
had.
about Keith Sweat.
Oh,
No,
nobody has to
you
know.
did. You talked about Keith Sweat.
I asked you if you were familiar, and you
get
said,
it?
hell yeah.
Of course I am.
Keith Sweat? Yeah.
But I can't say. He's got a podcast. He's got a real deep voice. Like Keith Sweat.
Oh, and Vogue.
Oh, no, yeah, everybody knows him. But,
Everybody's down with that.
yeah.
Don't try to play it off. You
No,
sent me these
I
pictures.
totally agree. I've sent you many of those.
So you're a confident 41-year-old man.
Absolutely.
Live with it.
Have a face for radio, apparently.
Oh.
But other than that,
So we've got Bette Midler on the playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our
yeah.
special bonding song.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
Adam and I work together a lot just because I come down and hang out in the ER a lot.
Yeah.
right.
But you didn't know each other at South, did you?
No, I don't think so, did we?
Okay.
Maybe he was
No.
avoiding me.
Yeah.
Shake that.
Now, where did you residency? After South.
South Carolina,
Yeah.
South Carolina.
Columbia,
about
The
it.
militarized
Gamecocks.
zone.
Yeah. I could see you being a Gamecock.
Totally.
It's
Yep.
Columbia.
Yeah.
Have you been to
Hot,
Afghanistan?
hottest place on earth is
Basically
Columbia.
like that.
Come on.
But they have a SEC football team.
Yeah.
So it's Kabul
Yeah.
with SEC flair.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Did you did you bond with the SEC or the South Carolina football team while you were there?
Oh no.
No. You stayed.
When Bama was there, we had Julio, and they had Garcia, who was like this, unfortunate. I think he was I think he was pretty much an alcoholic his entire football career. So
Yeah.
he was great when he was playing. And
So a
Right.
functioning alcoholic.
yeah, but I think he had a lot of the off the ball field stuff that interfered, as you could imagine. But anyway, he obviously had gotten that stuff fixed by the time he played Bama that year that we were there, because we were like number 3 rolling in there, and he threw lights out, and that place was so loud.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hate him now. Right.
Oh, okay, great.
Nah, you know what I mean. It was rough. It was rough. It was
Yeah.
rough.
How many folks are at Thomas from South Carolina?
Oh gosh, I don't know that other. I mean, other than Doug and I don't think that's it.
Really?
I feel like
Yeah.
the big conglomerate is from Mississippi.
Yeah, we have a big presence from Jackson. Tell 'em.
Besides you
ahead.
just bringing David because he happened to be with you when we made you come here.
True.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us.
That's
Tell us. What insight is he going to give us about you?
I'm about to blow your mind.
Let's hear
I'm
it.
going to vaporize it.
Let's hear the story.
So here's the story.
Okay.
You talked about what bonds people or what. Okay, we were already very good friends. So this is June 21st, 2009.
I'm glad you can remember that date.
All I remember, it's scorched into my memory. We're at a wedding. The night before and the day before that, we were playing golf, cutting up, having a big time. I totally got out of sorts. I mean, just gone. Decided to ride a vehicle. The first night I went into a bush. The second night, I guess pavement, asphalt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Waffle House parking
It
lot,
was between-
whatever grade
It was
you want to
between
call
the
it.
Hampton Inn and
gravelly,
Waffle House
unkept parking
Ouch.
in
lot.
Gadsden, Alabama.
Ouch.
Okay. So, excuse me. So I fell off of that. He's in medical school. He's got a lot more sense than. I mean, you should have seen who was there. Okay. We would have a hard time doing a child's puzzle with the numbers between the people stationed there.
With the shapes, the wooden shapes.
Yeah,
and-
there's
did
like,
you know
it's like
that
there's a red shape and a red. And,
Do you know that they'll all fit into the square hole?
well, they do when I
They
do
do.
it.
That's designed that
The
way?
triangle, the cylinder.
That is true, yeah.
The circle, the
Yeah.
square, and the rectangle you turn long ways.
Only you would know that.
I
Why?
know.
Like
Why?
only you would know that.
What is the
Pediatrician.
purpose?
Did you read the instructions?
No, I'm just
You're just
bored.
that smart.
What's the
She
purpose
took them and
then?
put it in there.
All right, anyway, so I fall down. Luckily, my head broke my fall.
Right.
And
But I get up again.
there you go. So Watterson's there. He's asking me questions, this, that, and the other. And it's like, hey, what's today? Didn't know. And a helicopter landed at the Gadsden Waffle House to take
Oh.
me to UAB.
Oh man.
Because had I stayed up there, they would have said, we can solve this, but we're going to have to amputate his head. Good news, bad news. Body, great. Head, not so much.
Oh my God.
All right, anyway.
All right. So you get air back to UAB.
To UAB. It was in a Huey gunship.
That's how I see it.
We were taking mortar fire in the parking lot. So Watterson was there, saved my life. That's the first time.
Was the
Well-
mortar fire coming
well-
from the Waffle House patrons?
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The LZ was compromised.
The LZ was compromised. The recon was shot.
Well, I mean, how long were you in UAB, neuropsych, neurointense?
Between all of it, it was 43 days.
Holy
And then
cow.
so he had a supratentorial subarachnoid. He
Oh my
was
gosh.
intubated. And
9-day medically induced coma.
he got a VP shunt, which he still has.
Ventriculoperitoneal.
He
No
seized
way.
a couple.
What?
He seized on his day. He was getting discharged, and they put him back in for like 2 months, I thought.
This is amazing.
So based on his current
crazy.
IQ, how good of a job do you think you did saving him?
Oh, he's back.
All right.
He's
He's back, baby.
I have very limited issues. I'm talking about nothing.
But I
This
remember.
man saved my life.
Well, I mean, I remember coming in and visiting you, and you didn't know who the hell I was.
Yeah.
I remember leaving crying, be like, I never
Oh,
know this
no.
dude again. Your marbles were scrambled, right? That's what I thought.
And then I'm
leaving.
back.
oh no.
Yeah.
Saving someone with a life-threatening spinal injury in the field is incredibly
Yeah.
difficult.
So pretty much what happened was when he went down, I was in training. They were taking orders from me
Yeah.
because somebody out that was waiting in the crowd
Yeah.
said, "Oh yeah, he's going to ER," because it was like I was a third year. So then they asked me to get in the chopper. I was like, "I'm not getting in the chopper. What are you talking about? I'm not attending yet."
Yeah.
But I still got stuck there while my man's getting flown.
Oh,
but at
no.
least I got to tell him to fly him.
Yeah.
Everything's going fine until
that-
you fall off a Yukon.
And that, my friends, is why I will never go to Gadsden again. That and a few other.
I pulled some strings. They put a historical marker there.
So, Adam, do you want to tell us anything about your family or anything?
You're from Fairhope, lived here your whole life, right?
Yeah, I always run into people that know Adam from his youth. That's
Yeah.
always interesting to hear
Yeah.
a story about young Adam.
Which makes it difficult when you come back. That's a lot of people's deterrent.
Yeah. Now were you an Eagle Scout too?
Oh my gosh, he's resume reading. Yes.
Yeah. No, I just know these things. People say, "Oh, is Dr. Watterson here? You know,
What was
he
your
was an Eagle Scout with
What
my
was your
son."
What was your Eagle Scout project?
My mama was the K1 Center principal for 21 years.
Yeah.
And they had reading lofts in every kindergarten class, and but you had to have it built, and there was a few that didn't have one by
Yeah.
the time they did it. So I built one of those. It's like a elevated tree house type deal, and
Yeah.
you walk up, you can only read up there, and you have to be quiet, and it's a place
Yeah.
where if anytime you're in class, you got free time, they would go up there and read.
I love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Your mom was the principal at the K1 Center?
for 21 years.
That's awesome.
You know what their cafeteria was? Mary Ann's Deli, which was my first job at the original Mary Ann's. I was 14, and I was the dishwasher for John Nelson. And he ordered me around. Oh my gosh, he used to order me around. That was my first job. The
Wow.
old Mary Ann's, before they sold it, downtown where, now it's like JJI's and that whole courtyard where
Yeah.
the Dragonfly used to be before they
Yeah,
got
yeah.
kicked out for the
Yeah.
rent going to the Stratosphere.
Yeah.
That building.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got you.
Dishwasher. Dr. McBurdy's son Sean and I grew up together, and he was an Eagle Scout. And his project was that pavilion on the corner of Morphe and Ingleside, right where the parking lot is, that wooden pavilion.
It's
Yeah.
still there.
Right, and it's no smoking, which is where everybody goes
To smoke.
Yeah, so he loves
thought-
driving by, being like, "Oh, great! I put that no smoking pavilion there."
I thought that thing was for smoking.
Right, no, it's definitely not for that. Why would an Eagle Scout make a smoking pavilion at a hospital? Like,
But
no.
I didn't know it
Say
was
yes
an Eagle
to
Scout that
drugs.
built it. I thought the hospital put
Say
it there.
yes to lung cancer.
Hey, yo,
Right. So,
don't be a sissy.
It's lung cancer month. Do you mean lung cancer prevention month? No, I don't.
right. They used to always kill Dr. McBruder. He'd drive by. He's nothing he could do. He could put 18 signage out there. It's
Yeah.
still going to be everybody's there. Just
We should be putting a smoke alarm out
Just-
there so it's
put one of
blaring.
them.
Adam
many-
is like a pure Fairhope childhood experience.
Yes.
Yes.
And then you get shaped by it, right? We've been doing this for what here? I've been here back at Thomas because I took a job at a residency at East Carolina Emergency Physicians in Wilmington. And I was bored. I got my North Carolina license. We were looking at houses. We had found a couple that we liked. We were going to live in Wilmington and work at 3 facilities there. And I'd come earlier to interview at Thomas because I got an email, and Doug was like, "Yeah, man, I think we're gonna have something for you. And then I go and meet Randy, and Randy's like, "No, man, I don't know what he's talking about. We got nowhere for you." And I was like, "Oh, okay. I'm glad I drove all the way down here for 12 hours, Randy. That was really great. Thanks. I enjoyed that one-way drive of 12 hours. 600 miles is what I want to do for nothing." And so I go home, like, dejected. I'm going to go take the other job. And the other job was good. It wasn't a lot of money. Fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Ended up moving back. But we've been here, like, that was 2013.
Wait, has Adam always been athletic? Always?
Athletic looking.
Oh, I got you. Oh my gosh. Oh man.
Paper tiger.
You're going to do me like that. You're going to paper tiger me on the podcast.
We're never going to be able to top
Anyway,
this episode.
circling back, there was
And you thought we were going to need these topic starters.
know.
I told you we weren't going to need them.
So you guys have been awesome. There's so much material here. We could talk for hours.
Yeah, it's going to be 3 episodes, not 1.
Yeah, we'll have to mix it down. So we do have a tradition here that we started seconds ago where the guest and the +1 conspire together, but they leave a question for the next episode's guest and +1. Something that's intriguing, something that's provocative, something that would be interesting for our next guest. And you have no idea who the guest is going to be, so it can be, anybody, but something you guys want to get together and think about. What would that question be for our next guest?
In light of my +1 story earlier, what would you do if you had a second chance on life?
Yeah.
What would you make of it?
Right.
Because he did.
Yeah.
And he's here, and we're kind of doing the same thing, right?
That's a good one.
It's
I can't wait to
inspiring.
ask our
Good
next
question.
guest that.
I'm inspired.
What I really wanted to do is ask him who their favorite rap artist was, because
We
that's,
can do both.
that's
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening. This is Dr. Paul Glisson.
Dr. Jesse Kirk.
Adam Watterson.
David Pace.
You've been listening to Plus One.